Let's say the Blackhawks do end up with the number 1 pick, and Matthew Schaefer, I think, has moved his way into being that consensus number 1. What do you do? Because you just took Levshinov last year. You didn't come away with that top end forward that I think a lot of people expect that the Blackhawks need to pair with Connor Bedard to kind of help push him and the organization forward. If they're number 1, do they go with Schaefer and figure it out again, or is there a way that you can take a guy like James Higgins or Michael Misa at number 1 and leave Schaefer on the board?
Well, I think there is an argument to be made for James Higgins or a Misa at number 1, but I think increasingly that the consensus favors Matthew Schaefer. I think he's emerged as the clear-cut number 1 guy in this draft class. Absolutely, you could justify taking Higgins or Misa there. If I'm the Blackhawks, though, I might be tempted to just, and Blackhawks fans will hate me hearing this because I know how badly they want a running mate for Connor Bedard, but I would maybe just be tempted to take Schaefer and figure the rest out. And maybe that means you immediately look to move Sam Rinzel or Kevin Korchinski, or maybe you move both Sam Rinzel and Kevin Korchinski, right? Like maybe you look to readjust. We've talked a lot about Rinzel and Korchinski and Levshinov, but they also have Ethan Del Mastro, who looks like a player, and Nolan Allen, who looks like a piece of the puzzle. And Crevier has surprised some people this year. And now those guys are depth, bottom of the totem pole, like 5-6 types on a contending team, I think. But in saying that, there are other pieces there. There's an abundance of young D within the organization right now. And Schaefer's a special player. Like, I think we're talking about Miro Heiskanen here. Like, we're talking about a complete game changer, a number 1 D, a two-way transition monster. That's a hard thing to pass up. And the idea of Schaefer and Artie as your 1-2 for the next 10 years is an extremely hard thing to pass up. Maybe it means you go and you spend $12, $13, $14 million on Mikko Rantanen or Kirill Kaprizov in the next couple of years in order to get that player for Connor Bedard because you've prioritized D with your last 2 premium picks. But I don't think just because you don't have that guy for Bedard right now means that you have to take Misa or Higgins necessarily.
We all silly like the mayor.